Situation is crazy. So Pierce Morgan had to issue an apology, but not really a apology, more of a clarification. And Jake Paul responded by saying something about like, yeah, who else should I get on their knee? Like, y'all, let me go ahead and pull up this tweet for y'all right now. Here we go. So as you see down below, Pierce Morgan actually gave some sort of apology because he basically said Jake Paul fights are all rigged and fake, right? So he said, I posted a few weeks ago that Jake Paul's boxing career has been boring stage bullshit. Damn. What I meant is that his fights have been predominantly against older, past their prime opponents, which may be lucrative for both sides and may have entertainment value, but don't reveal how he stacks up against currently ranked boxers and therefore are not a good look for the sport. I did not intend to suggest that the outcome was predetermined and certainly didn't mean to suggest anything illegal. But if reports are correct that Jake Paul is now in negotiations to fight Anthony Joshua, that would obviously be a seriously credible bout against one of the best heavyweights in the world. Right, I agree. And then you see right here, Jake Paul says, oh my God, the first peasant that I sue gets on his knees and apologizes. Who am I suing next for lying on my name? Now, we're going to go ahead and get into the original video that started all of this. But first, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And let's get to it, y'all. Here we go. All right. So this is the interview from a month ago. They were promoting the Julio Chavez fight that he had. And, you know, this was supposed to be free promo, but he ended up getting clowned. So we're going to go ahead and watch it. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's 18 minutes. We're just going to catch the end where he cusses Piers Morgan out because, I mean, that's the part that we want to see, right? Let's get to the good stuff. All right, you guys, here we go.
This Mexican fighter of all time, besides me, of course. Like, I don't know what you guys want to see. I tried to fight Canelo. He ducked out of it. You asked him about that. You said he's going to kill me. So what do you want? You're laughing when you say, oh, Jake is going to fight Canelo. I think you would kill him. But then you're like, oh, you're not fighting this guy. You're the problem here with this whole situation and criticism of my career. I'm trying to fight the best people, and that's why Chavez is here on Saturday. I want Canelo. I want Anthony Joshua. I want all these people. It's been 5 years.
So he did end up winning the bout against Julio, as you guys know, last month. And I think it was like 92-98, so unanimous decision, right? But the criticism has always been Jake Paul fights everybody who are past their prime or has-beens. Nate Robinson was 40. Ben, he was 40. Tyrone, he was 42. It's Anderson Silva was 49. Tommy Fury, which he lost, but he was 25. So that kind of goes with what Pierce is saying. Like, yeah, when you fight a real boxer, somebody who's in their prime, you know, the results are different. And then Tyson, you know, that fight, which was, that's the reason why people think a lot of his fights are rigged. Let's just put it out there. I'm glad I already had Netflix and I didn't have to pay any extra for that shit. But let's continue.
In this sport.
But the problem is the only proper boxer you fought was Tommy Fury, and he beat you. And he's not even the best. He's not even the best fighter in his family.
Golden Gloves champion Andre August, Brian Borland as well. Anderson Silva was an undefeated boxer. I mean,
Anderson Silva, if you guys know him, a legend of the UFC. However, boxing, he only had 3 fights. So, yeah, he was undefeated until he fought Jake Paul. But again, we said he's 49 years old. Like, come on now.
You can sit there and make up shit, but you actually don't know your facts. I fought multiple boxers with professional records, and including Mike Tyson himself, who I think is going to be a harder fight than Chavez.
Yeah, but Tyson, peak Tyson, you wouldn't have lasted 10 seconds.
That's what you think. That's what you think.
No, I know that. You know that too.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't actually know that. You can't sit there and
you think you'd have beaten Mike Tyson?
Hey, back in, I think anything is possible. That's why self-belief is the most powerful thing in the world.
You would have had two hopes. No disrespect to you, Jay. No disrespect.
That's what I want.
You would have had two hopes of beating Mike Tyson
as well.
You'd have had two hopes of beating
Anthony Joshua as well.
You against Mike Tyson, you'd have had two hopes. No hope and Bob Hope.
Damn.
And you versus going to the gym, you're still a fat ass.
Actually, I've been in the gym the last 2 days. I'm in quite good nick.
Like, we can make up hypotheticals. You should go to the gym. If you went to the gym,
I've been twice this week.
Not twice this week.
Okay. Well, this is what we're talking about. Like,
I admire your work. I admire your work as a
gym. You don't think I can be Mike Tyson? I don't think you go to the gym.
Okay, well, I do go to the gym, and there's actual photographic evidence. But here's my point to you. I think you're a great YouTuber, a great influencer. I admire what you tried to do in boxing, but I do think when you actually come up against a proper, serious boxer, and I suspect that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. may be that person, it could all come crashing down.
Is that you think that your opinion matters?
Well, why are you doing my show if it doesn't?
Oh, I'm just taking your audience to sell pay-per-views. I don't give a fuck about your show. Dumbass. This is a fucking business enterprise. Buy the pay-per-view on Saturday, June 28th, me versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Thank you. Tune in, everybody.
Cheers, Jake. Really enjoyed that.
Now, this is some good shit. You know, like, I ain't gonna lie. This is peak. This is peak right here. I like this. But, again, to tell you the truth, I mean, Pierce was getting at him and he didn't like that. He couldn't handle it. And I want to say this too. So again, Pierce is claiming that he didn't necessarily apologize, but he is admitting like, hey, I just wanted to clarify a few things because what happened was that Jake Paul's lawyer reached out and, usually before they issue a lawsuit, they try to send a cease and desist to get you to retract something. Then they'll go with a demand letter saying that we want this and that. And then they go with the lawsuit. So he just probably got hit up by the lawyer like, hey, can you go ahead and take that down? We don't approve of this, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like that's pussy. And the reason why I feel like it's pussy is because Jake Paul, coming from the YouTube world and being an influencer and stuff like that, you know how it is when companies and celebrities try to shut you down for speaking your mind or speaking your opinion. So you did that based off of Piers Morgan's opinion, which at the end of the day, I think it was more or less because he made you look like a fool because you were triggered and you lost your mind and started insulting him because you couldn't handle what he was saying. And again, the criticism that Piers Morgan has, I can't even say those are his actual thoughts because at the end of the day, everybody has said it. And especially after that Tyson fight, a lot of people were like, oh, yeah, we ain't with this shit. Like, we don't like this. Like, it was a waste of our time. Let's just put that out there. So him getting triggered, then trying to potentially sue Piers Morgan. And mind you, I am not a Piers Morgan fan. I love that Jake Paul was giving it to him. Don't get me wrong. But Piers Morgan is right in this situation. And we got to call a spade a spade. And Jake Paul, he literally was acting like a little bitch. All like, oh, you're a fat ass. You're this. Piers Morgan knows he's fat. He's not shocking nobody. Y'all hear them dogs? He ain't shocking nobody by saying that. And Piers Morgan, he does a lot of rage bait content. You see that he'll have two people on opposing sides yelling and screaming at each other. Like, I feel like with these PR people, they need to tell you what kind of show you're going on. So you already know what to expect. Going on Piers Morgan's show, he's probably going to say something to trigger you or to get a reaction out of you. That's what kind of show he does. It is called Piers Morgan Uncensored. So just know that. But anyway, you guys, what do y'all feel about Jake Paul trying to, scare people or sue Piers Morgan or potentially trying to sue him? Like, what do you think about that? I think it's pussy. I still stand on that. I don't know what else to call it. Like, it literally is. And if it's just based off of this interaction, him talking about your fights, everybody has said it. So what you're gonna do now? Sue everybody? Well, let me not say that because he might do that. Listen, I ain't got no money. You're gonna get negative 33 cents from me. So you can sue me if you want to. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Deuces, everybody. But we out.